We are so pleased to have on Town Talk today Susan Woodworth, who is the Director of Recreation for the town of Kingston. Welcome, Susan.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Every town has a recreation department, but you have been with the recreation department for 21 years. You've been in this position.
I have.
That's unheard of in this day and age. Talk about that.
It's been phenomenal. I have family in Kingston. My family is here. I have two boys that grew up in Kingston, and 21 years ago when I had the opportunity to work in the community that we live in, it actually was just kind of a blessing. It's a great opportunity for my kids to get to know people, for me to get to know people, and for me to give back to the community that I live in. So it's
and
been
clearly
phenomenal.
You like your job if you stayed here for 21 years.
I love my job. Yes, I do.
Okay, let's start with your goals and objectives for 2020.
Sure. So one of the biggest goals always for me is I really think that our opportunity as a rec department is really how can we all work together and bring each other together in our community. What can we provide to our community and what are they looking for? So I think every single year that's probably my top goal is really how can we use the resources that we already have in our community, our other businesses, our other departments, the families, the people that live there, and what can we do for each other?
How does rec dovetail with other town departments?
We work really well. One of the biggest things, again, is collaboration. I come from a corporate background prior to being here, and I think you have to learn to work with each other. So instead of reinventing the wheel or recreating different things or duplicating efforts, I think the biggest thing for me is what resources do we already have that we can, like you said, dovetail off of and work together with. And there is a group called the Property Management Team that's made up of myself, our conservation agent, our facilities director, and our streets, trees, and parks superintendent. And that's a group that we really kind of look at a lot of our properties, our conservation areas, and again, what resources do we have combined to actually make things happen?
Right, which makes total sense. The town funds the department itself.
Correct.
Salaries, overhead, the facilities. But your programs are kind of a pay-as-you-go?
They are.
So can you talk about that?
Sure. So all the programs that we offer, and we offer programs from infants through adults, so it's not a lot of times people think recreation is just for kids.
Yeah.
We have a great number of programs for adults. We do multi-generational programs for grandparents and kids. And, so there's a lot of great things, but they are fee-for-service, so people pay for those services. We do try to work with, again, other partners to bring things as affordable as we can to our community, but there is a charge for that. So sometimes, some people can't afford to do certain things like that. So one of the things we created was kind of a donation or a scholarship opportunity. So there's a couple of ways that works is we can have the general public just kind of pay into that. We have a donation link on our page.
Sure.
If they wanted to put money into that. We also try to do different fundraisers that we can then put the money back into that. We've had people donate money to us, and then families can come to us, or people that want to do a program and might not be able to do so on their own.
Yep.
And they fill out just a very simple financial aid request form, and we're able to help support them.
Which is wonderful.
Correct.
So the properties that are under your oversight, there's a bunch of them. So let's talk about them. Grays Beach Park.
So Grays Beach Park is a great property.
Which is now, and it's just so, it's been updated and it's gorgeous.
It is. It looks beautiful down there. It's had a lot of things happen to it since I've been here, but the biggest thing is this recent revitalization project that we had, and it's just a great piece of property. There's a tennis court, a basketball court, a great grass area, beautiful stage, beach, restroom. So the playground down there. It's just a really kind of hidden gem, as everybody kind of calls it down there.
So you use that quite frequently, I assume, for some of your programs.
We do. We do a lot of programming down there. We oversee all of the lifeguards and the waterfront staff that are down there in the summertime as well, and any major events, people can use that piece of property when they want to.
Okay, the Reed Community Center and Fields.
So the same thing, Reed Community Center, we're very fortunate in our community. There's a lot of towns. I go to our annual Mass Rec and Park Association meetings, and there's a lot of communities that don't have their own building, and we are very fortunate.
Many don't have their own
to
building.
have a building. So we are able to do that, so that's the Reed Community House. And on that property we have two baseball fields, a playground, tennis court, and a basketball court.
Wow.
So that's another big
So
property.
playgrounds and courts come under you also.
Correct.
The Opachinsky Athletic Complex?
Correct.
Where's that?
That was named after Norman Opachinsky. His family was instrumental in building that, and that's off of Pottle Street.
Okay.
It's a huge complex, over 40 acres, 20 acres of field space, so it's baseball fields, softball fields, some large field areas for lacrosse, football. 2 basketball courts were recently built in there as well. And it's just, again, a great building or great property that we have in our community, a real small community. We have this great piece of
You
property
have a
there.
huge amount of open areas that you have access to.
We do.
In Kingston. It's amazing. Camp Nikon Lodge?
So Camp Nikon is a property that the town is owned by the town. I'm not sure when they secured it, but it partly is oversight by conservation area, and the lodge itself and the little surrounding area around that is overseen by the recreation department.
Yeah.
We manage the utilization, so we have a lot of Boy Scouts and Girl Scout troops that normally will go up there.
Yep.
They do some work and repairs on the property. So a lot of people don't know about that. It's off of Monks Hill, and there's a pond there, so it's a great fishing opportunity. I would love to be able to do more.
Do there, yeah. And the last thing is the Fonts building?
So the Fonts building is an old schoolhouse, one-room schoolhouse that the town of Kingston has, and it's a great opportunity for some of our local groups, Girl Scout troops, Boy Scout troops, some of our not-for-profit organizations in town that will actually utilize that building.
Now, can people reserve to use these properties through you?
They can. So we have a great website. It's kingstonrec.com, and there is a reservation opportunity on there. You can go in and reserve all of those properties, and then it comes into us. We'll review it and see if there's availability, and it's a pretty simple process. Some things there's no charge for, like the font school. That's just utilized only for, again, local community groups. The Reed building, there is a charge if it's after hours or on weekends.
I mean, you'd think a small stipend.
Correct.
Anyway, just to be able to use a great
actually
facility.
is not a lot of money, but a lot of times it just covers overhead, or if we have a facilities department.
I mean, you have to turn the lights on.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Now you have new program expansions that you want to work on. There's a few of them. What's Beyond the Bell?
So Beyond the Bell is something that I'm working with the schools right now, the elementary and the intermediate schools. So we offer some programs, and again, as I mentioned previously, we've got a great building, but sometimes it's better for families if their children can just stay right after school and do some fun enrichment programs. So we've got a couple of programs right now at the intermediate school, a technology club, and then a clay club, some art clubs, Minecraft clubs. So these are clubs that I've worked with the Kingston Intermediate School administration, and we want to do more now with the elementary school too in that younger age group. So Beyond the Bell, anything you see under that category in our website, families will know that those happen right after school.
Wow, that's wonderful.
So it's a great, so families don't have to worry about getting them home and then transporting them
that's
somewhere
your whole
else.
collaborating with the other groups that are within the town.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's clearly, it's a necessity for an awful lot of parents.
It is.
Who struggle with, what do I do? I work till 5 and school's out at 2 or 3. That's wonderful.
Exactly.
What are one-hit wonders?
One-hit wonders are, sometimes we do a lot of programming that are 8 weeks, 6 weeks, 4 weeks, and sometimes people just can't either commit to that or they don't have the time, and so we have this new category so they'll know that those are just a one-day.
It's a one
day
shot
thing.
deal.
Just look at that. Oh, that would work out my schedule on that
that's
day.
great.
So I think that's been successful.
That's wonderful. An outdoor adventure?
So outdoor adventure, that's one of my personal things. I'm an outdoors person, and we have such a great community with some of our conservation properties, and people just don't know it even exists. I've lived in our town for almost 28 years, and there's still properties that I'm not familiar with. So I really want to provide an opportunity to our community, along with our conservation agent, to showcase these properties and see what else we can do. So so there'll be some programming to come under that category.
Okay. Now, how many people take advantage of? Do you have the statistics on how many per year? How many kids and adults?
I do. Well, we have about 4,500 that are on our website, families and community people that come in and do that. Overall registrations, we probably programming-wise, we offer close to 400 programs per year.
Wow.
So there's a lot of different opportunities for people.
That's incredible.
The total number of registrations, I don't have that number off the top of my head, but I know since its inception on our website in 2013, it's over 30,000 registrations that we've managed.
That's fabulous. That is. You must be so proud of that.
It's exciting.
So spring program registrations are now open. What are some of the spring programs that I could register for?
Sure. So we have some new things that are coming up. We're doing our backyard flag football, which we've done for a while. That's with the NFL League, and they are great. We did it a little bit differently. There's a lot of communities that make that a huge kind of new league. My goal is to be able to offer something different than they might be able to get from the sports leagues. So it's really a low-key, fun program. Some of the other programs that we're offering are a babysitter food allergy training.
Which is
working
wonderful.
with somebody. There's so many things to be considered today, so it is a little bit scary sometimes if your kids are babysitting, so it's going to be a great opportunity.
Do you offer
for
the full babysitting program, like the CPR and with the Red Cross and all that? For
so we do offer a babysitter training. It's a limited, so she does do some of those, and then there's an opportunity for those other programs
for the other
as well.
things, right?
Sure.
Boating safety.
Boating safety. good time of year. Spring's coming up, so we've been offering that for a number of years, so that will be online as well. There's another project that we're going to be doing, a community mural project. We have a great wall that was done probably probably longer than that, 5 or 6 years ago off of the Bailey Park Playground, which is behind the Reed Building, and we did a mural project, which actually I think PAC TV showcased as well. And so we have a new artist and an art teacher at the Kingston Intermediate School that is excited to work with us. So she's putting a new design together, and it needs a facelift because it's starting to peel.
Beautiful.
So that will be an opportunity for people to participate in. She's going to put the mural on the wall, and it will kind of be like a paint by number type of thing that people then can come in and kind of fill it in. So they'll register for that.
Residents can help paint it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's really a community effort.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful.
Correct.
Summer playground program and KREC Extreme program. What is that?
So those registrations,
KREC Extreme.
those were our biggest programs, probably in the summertime. Our playground program, we can accommodate up to almost 300 children per session.
Wow.
So they're 2-week sessions, so there's a lot of kids, a lot of staff. That starts in July, but we are hoping to get the registration online within the next couple of weeks so families can start planning their summer.
And that's still, obviously, summertime is very difficult for the families that have two parents that work or single family. Single parent families. So you must be just chock full every summer.
It is.
Is it every 2 weeks from when school gets out to when school starts again?
It's a 6-week, so it's not the entire summer. We do offer other 1-week programs that will accommodate some families as well if they're looking. So sometimes a week before the program starts and then a week or two afterwards. And that's basically kindergarten through 6th grade.
Right.
And then the KREC Extreme program was kind of developed and created a few years back. That's for 7th, 8th, and 9th graders. Kind of that little gap that gets lost before they can really go to work, but they've kind of outed of the morning program.
That's right.
So we started that a few years ago, and a portion of that program is called KREC Lead, which is a leadership program. That's for 9th graders. And they have an opportunity to learn about interview process, even doing resumes, what it would be like to be a counselor, and also to have fun. We make sure they do some field trips and some good stuff as well.
Now, do some of the older kids in town get to be like, mentors or assistants to help you with the younger kids during all these programs?
Yes, absolutely. So we hire everybody that comes in the summertime. There are some opportunities for community service and things like that. But the goal of the 7th, 8th, and 9th grade for the KREC Extreme is for them to learn and experience what it would be like to be a counselor. And we have
counselor and training type stuff.
Exactly. And we have quite a few people that have come through the program, and
I'm sure they're
very fortunate.
They love it. Do you do things on school vacations?
We do. We do have some school vacations. We don't do a whole week-long thing because we do find a lot of families go away, so we'll do more of those one-hit wonder type of things.
A daily thing. So
Correct.
I need Wednesday. Okay.
Exactly.
This is what we have on Wednesday.
Exactly.
Perfect. Your additional summer programming will be online in early May.
Correct.
And you are doing sailing with the Duxbury Bay Maritime School?
Yeah, so
partnering with them?
that's something that we started last year. So we have run a sailing program many years in Kingston, down by the Adina, but it's water, it's tide dependent, and it's more challenging down there. And it was a very limited program. We didn't have a lot of opportunity to grow that program, so we partnered with the Duxbury Bay Maritime School.
Why not, right? Why reinvent the wheel?
Exactly. They have such a phenomenal program, and it
do.
really brings a lot of people in there. And the other thing that's been great about that is last year and this year, our Kingston Yacht Club is also making a donation. So the Duxbury Bay Maritime School offered a 10% discount to Kingston residents, and then the Yacht Club is now also offering an additional 10% off. And then their Yacht Club members another 20% off. So
that's
a great partnership.
That's terrific. My final question is, and it really wasn't anything on your notes, but there's so many challenges that kids have these days. Do you get involved with the bullying and the cyber concerns parents have, and how do you integrate that into what's otherwise a very always uplifting and positive experience for these kids?
Well, we don't have any programming or anything specifically but from a personal level, all of the things that we do, especially in our summer program, the staff that I hire, it really is about being there together. We have different themes every year. Last year it was Lean In. This year it's We Are Here. So it's all about, again, working together, being kind to one another. I think it's pretty simple, and inclusion. And we've been doing a lot of that the last couple of years, and that is really important to me. So the staff that we hire are great, and they continue to just support our kids that come and the programming that we do for that.
That's wonderful. So. Last 20 seconds, worst question ever. If you had a magic wand and no budget issues, what would you do?
I would just find more ways for our community to do fun things together. I think that that's what brings a community together a lot of times, is the laughter, the opportunities to learn about each other and be a part of
Something
what
positive
makes us work.
and work together and see an end goal.
Exactly.
See what you did. Yeah.
Exactly.
Agreed. Wonderful. Thank you so much. We have really enjoyed our time with Susan Woodworth, who's the Director of Recreation for the Town of Kingston on Town Talk.
Thank you.